Hello Aries, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the month of April 2025. Just trying to get it in just under the line here for you. How are you doing, Aries? I hope you're well. Yeah, lots of crazy crap going on, right? Atmospherically, I'm feeling it a lot. I have a lot of Aries placements along with my Earth placements. You literally are my fire family. I have a lot of Aries placements. So if you are brand new and you've never been here before, welcome to this. I do this once a month for all of the signs, all 12 of them. And this time it's going to be for Aries. If you are somebody who keeps coming back here and keeps clicking, viewing, and you've subscribed, thanks so much for doing that. Your thumbs up do help this tribe grow. Look, it is growing and growing. I appreciate you. All right, so we've got all these oracles here. I'm going to throw those first. We're going to find out what's going on, and then we're going to put some detail into it with the tarot. So this particular deck is going to be for, what is the overall energy for you, Aries, in the month of April 2025? What's the overall energy for Aries? The overall energy for Aries, please. We've got the base chakra. Whoo! We get to exhale, Aries. We need that, right? We need this energy here. I am an earth sign, but I do have a lot of Aries placements, and I've been feeling all this tension here. So I think April is where the clouds start to part. So look, you're still going to have Mercury retrograding in your sign until the 12th of April. I think it is today that that Venus moves into Pisces and retrogrades in Pisces, so it's out of your sign, although it's next door. But this is security, stability, things are on the mend. It's like I feel comfortable in my skin again. So I feel like April is going to be a less intense month for you, where now you're going to feel a little more energized. You're going to have a little more energy here. We do have harmony on the bottom of the deck. So it does feel like it's going to be much more of a harmonious month for you than previous. You've been in some intense energy for a while here. This particular deck is going to be something that is out of your control for the month. Something that you don't really have control over, but something that might show up or might happen in the month of April. And if you don't have control over it, try and get it out of your mind and leave it to the universe. But there's something here that there's always something that shows up that is sort of without our control, right? Out of your control. What's out of your control, Aries, in April 2025? We've got stuck energy. So I feel like it is, you're exhaling and things are becoming more stable and more secure for you. But I also feel like there is still some things that are unresolved, I want to say, because Mercury is still retrograding in your sign, right? So there still might be some things that are unresolved. We have a creative endeavor that might be coming up here. So for those of you who are creatively inclined, we do have a cello here. So maybe you're a musician or you like music. We do have I'm going to say it's a clean slate for you. Like April it feels like it is a clean slate. We do have some books here. Maybe you journal or maybe you read. We have a camera on top of there. Maybe you're a person who's creative with photography. I would say that would be a good way to sort of energize yourself, is to do something creative. That is a way of meditation. For those of you who are not interested in sitting on a pillow in your living room trying to clear your mind, a really great way to do that is to really get creative. So it feels like you might be embarking on some sort of creative endeavor in April, just so you can clear the mind and do a little bit of meditating. Sometimes it's painting, sometimes it's walking, sometimes it's music, right? All right. This particular deck is going to be about your finances. Let's take a dip into your finances and see what is up financially for Aries in April 2025, please. We've got patience. So there is, I feel, money that is going to come pouring in, I'm going to say, but maybe it's not the time just yet. Maybe you're waiting on the sale of something, or you're waiting for something to be said in your favor so you can get a payout on that thing. I feel like if you are waiting on it, I'm going to say this sort of confirms that it is going to come pouring in, but it almost feels like it's a bunch of little things, like the sale of something, and maybe you gave somebody money and they're paying it back, or it feels like all of those little things come in all at once and it gets poured out all at once to you. Reframe. And so I feel like what you're doing is you're reframing maybe you had to do without it for now. Maybe it was held back because the bank wouldn't give you the loan, or it feels like whatever it is you had to reframe it like, oh, I get it. It was all supposed to come in at the same time. So we'll talk about having patience with your finances. We'll talk a little bit about that. This deck here is going to be for love, and it's platonic or romantic. Look, whether you're in a relationship or not is not up to me. It's up to you, and we'll find out whether it is platonic or romantic energy that we're talking about here. Tell me about Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in love. Tell me about Aries. We've got a message in a bottle. I feel like you are going to get a message. Now, the thing is this. We are in Mercury retrograde, so try not to hate on the reader too much. I'm just going to say that we've got card number 15 here, which is the devil energy. And so it feels to me like it could be someone from the past, possibly, that's coming back around again. But there is a message coming from someone that I feel you have still deep feelings for, whether you show it on the surface or not. I'm just looking at this bird. It looks like a pelican, and it's standing on the edge of this bottle. And so maybe from a distance, it looks like the bird is effortlessly standing in the clouds. But really, when we look up close, it's like this bird is being held up by the bottle. So maybe you make it look effortless here, and somebody might be showing up because you look like you're in a pretty good position. Like you feel like you're hovering above the emotions or above everything here. We do have peace. Okay. So I don't think that the person who is showing up here in your life in terms of love is looking to cause any friction. I feel like this person is coming in with peace. One more card, and then we'll get to the tarot. Tell me about love for Aries. All right. We've got patience. Look, the P word is here twice. I'm a Taurus. We don't like the P word. We keep being told to be patient. I don't think you like it either because you're not really all that patient. I'm just going to say. It says manifestations are on the way. So if you've been manifesting communication from a loved one or someone that you really love, whether they are on the earth or not, I feel like you're going to get it, but I feel like you're going to need to be patient. It says here, awakening. Very interesting. So you might need to go through some sort of a realization or an awakening before you hear from this person, or maybe they are. The awakening is the manifestation. Maybe you've been hoping or wishing that someone would just open their eyes and wake up. Someone here has been dedicated to deception, but there is going to be, oh look, we're going to be celebrating during a creative time. We've got creativity here as well. Very interesting. Okay, let's get the tarot. Let's find out what's going on with tarot. Tell me about Aries. This overall energy for the month looks like it's pretty stable, I'm going to say. That things are going to start stabilizing themselves. Excuse me. Aries, if you're interested in a private read, please look in the pinned comment below. There is a link there if you're interested. All right. Tell me about the base chakra. I feel like you're feeling the most stable that you've felt in a while, because these energies have been pretty wild. Look at this. The Emperor is here. I like it. So you are feeling very stable, very secure. You're feeling good in your skin. You've got things under control. You're taking charge of your life. And I feel like you are, things are good within your empire, whatever that is for you. Your empire could be the work empire, possibly. But I feel like it's because somebody here has really taken the time to work on themselves. I feel like you are, Aries, practicing self-masteries here. And it's going over things in great detail. And so I feel like you're trying to figure out how to be a better emperor, or how to be a more precise or patient emperor. Again, this seems to be the theme here for patience. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to be a more patient emperor. I feel like you have a skill. This is how you might make your money. And I mean, that's general. Everybody has a skill. But I mean specific. You're a subject matter expert of something. And that might be how you make your money. Maybe how you run your business. This particular skill, like maybe you're a carpenter, or maybe you are a person who lays cement, or like it feels like you have something that you went to school for, possibly, or something that you know intuitively. We do have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Two of Cups, and we have the Four of Cups. We have the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. For those of you who are looking for good news, I feel like there is some good news coming in the month of April. I mean, it could come anytime in the month of April, but it feels to me like it has something to do with finances. It has something to do with something you've been working really hard on or putting a lot of hard work into, and you're like not seeing the fruits of your labor. It's almost like, in a business sense, you've been putting more hours in than you're getting paid for, and it doesn't seem to be something that's feasible anymore. But I feel like you're going to get news about that this month. It's good news. I feel like this Gemini energy tells me that something aggressively is coming towards you about the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like it's, when swords are in the air, it's like, aha, I got something to say or a big idea. So it feels like you've been working on something that maybe is an idea of yours, and you've been trying to implement it in your workplace. Maybe you work for somebody else, and maybe you're the boss. Maybe you're the manager. Maybe you oversee everything. Maybe you're the district manager, but you've been trying to implement something and it's not working, not paying off. I think all of a sudden it begins to pay off. So it does feel like it's a good idea or good information that's showing up for you here that is going to prove your worth as the Emperor. And I don't think you really have to prove your worth, understand. I feel like it's like, of course Aries did that. It's because Aries knows what to do. Like, I feel like you're the people are like, of course it showed up. But meanwhile, you were like, whew, sort of wiping your brow like, wow, it showed up finally. That's what it feels like here. So we've got the Four of Cups and the Two of Cups. You know what I feel like? I feel like in the month of April that you're not really noticing or interested in focusing on anything that has to do with love. I feel like you're distracted by other things. I feel like you're sort of rejecting emotions or rejecting love. And maybe not if you're in a relationship. I mean, for some relationships, they can go that way. Some people get so into their work that they end up forgetting that they have a spouse at home. It could be that as well. Maybe that's a warning for some of you. But I feel like if it is that situation, you need to talk more. You need to talk more, that maybe you've been very invested in trying to get something off the ground, and maybe you've left somebody behind, children or a spouse. But for those of you who don't have a significant other in your life at this time, I feel like you're just not focused on that. I'm going to say you're not focused on that right now. I feel like you're waiting on some good news about some sort of project that you're trying to implement, whether it's in your business, in the place of work, or whatever it is. And you're very, very focused on your pentacles, working on something that you're trying to breathe life into. Yeah. Let's talk about this stuck energy. Tell me about the stuck energy. This is something that you don't really have control over. For some of you, your car could break down. I'm just saying. For some of you, you could end up being stuck. Maybe your vehicle ends up breaking down. Look, we've got a rainbow in the sky. It means that things are, you are going to get out of it. It is going to resolve itself. But it feels like somebody could be having car trouble. Maybe you're kind of stuck in a situation where you have to wait for someone to come save you, or waiting in a situation where you're waiting for someone to come kind of bail you out of a situation that you don't have any control over. Tell me about this stuck energy. What is it? For Aries, tell me about the stuck energy. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Seven of Wands. Gee, these cards are popping here. We've got the Two of Wands. We've got the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So what is stuck? You know what? It feels like you're in a situation in April where it's like, I really shouldn't say it. You're in this situation where I feel that you're a person who usually speaks your mind, stands up, liberates a situation, speaks your mind. But I feel like there is a situation here where you feel stuck about speaking about your emotions or how you feel about something. It feels like you know that if you say it, that somebody's not going to be happy with you. And so I think you're stuck between like a rock and a hard place, I want to say. Like, you want to say it, you want to stand up and relieve yourself of carrying around this energy, whatever it is, but it does feel like you know that it's going to get emotional. Either you're going to get emotional when you speak about it, or the person you speak to is going to be emotional about it. It feels like it does create a little bit of resistance here. Like it feels like the Seven of Wands is here, creating a little bit of resistance. Like it feels like my back is against the wall. I kind of have these boundaries, right? Queen of Swords and the Seven of Wands both have the boundaries, but I really do have to make a decision. I have to take action. I have to take action, and I'm kind of stuck. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to cause a fight or an argument, but it's got to be said. Somebody's got to know how I feel about the situation. And it might not even be about feelings, like how you feel about someone. It might be someone needs to know how I feel about the situation, because if I don't speak up, I'm going to be stuck behind this boundary, and I don't know if I necessarily want to be there. It might end up making you feel like the wounded warrior, like it's like one more thing that is piling on top of you that you've got to carry around, like the pressure or a burden, because we got 7 and 2 is 9, right? So I feel like if you don't speak up, that you might feel like you're carrying around this burden with you. So it feels like you want to speak up, but it feels like you're stuck, that you're going to have to upset somebody when you say something. The Three of Pentacles is here with the Six of Swords. And the Three of Pentacles is building a foundation, but it's also somebody who's sort of looking on and admiring your work. It could also be that you are in some sort of a network of people who maybe you're teaching or they're learning from you. I feel as though there is some sort of a foundation that you build. It feels like the Six of Swords is telling me that this is sort of a chaotic time in your life. Like I feel like you have a few things on your mind that are sort of out of your control. And it feels like one of the things that's out of your control is I'm trying to build a foundation or trying to teach these people about how to speak their mind or speak up. And here I am not being able to speak up because I don't want to hurt somebody. So the Six of Swords tells me that you're sort of trying to get out of the chaos of the mind. And the Three of Pentacles is telling me that I want to build a firm foundation with these people. I want to build a community or a network, or know that they can trust me or collaborate or cooperate whenever they want to. But I feel like if I speak up, it might hurt somebody's feelings. And so I feel like that's why you're in this sort of stuck energy. It's like not really knowing what to do, knowing you have to take action, and knowing that it's probably going to cause this wounded warrior effect for you. That makes any sense at all. We do have the Sun. So you're going to have a breakthrough. You're going to figure out the halfway point to maybe saying it, but maybe not saying whatever's going to make somebody emotional, or not getting emotional when you say it. We've got the Tower here. So there is a major revelation. Wow. So there's a major revelation that's showing up here. I feel like it's probably around the second week of April, and it feels like there is a breakthrough, but also a really big shift, a shift of closing the door or ending a chapter of some sort of being the wounded warrior. So we just talked about this, right? So I feel like there is some sort of a breakthrough. You will figure out what this is. It's out of your control, but I feel like you're just going to do it, because that's what the Queen of Swords would do. The Queen of Swords would just say it, regardless of how you feel about that thing. It has to be brought to light, and I have to say it to you. So I feel like you will be bringing it to light because the Sun is here. All right. Let's talk about your finances a little bit. It looks like you're supposed to be patient with whatever is going on within your finances in April. Tell me about finances for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries. Tell me about patience with the finances. It's coming in, Aries. It's going to pour all in at once. So if things have been delayed financially for you, you maybe sold that thing, but you don't have the money yet, or you're trying to sell that thing and it hasn't sold yet. We do have the Devil energy here. I feel like you are in doubt, or you're sort of like, it feels like you've made some plans that are very much attached to the arrival of these funds. So maybe you're not being able to buy a new house until the old house sells, or not being able to buy a new car till the old car sells. It feels like you're very connected to or attached, and you have doubt that it actually is going to work out or clear itself up. And the Ace of Wands is here. It's going to work out. So, it feels like it's something that is growing, and you don't know that it's growing. You don't know that it's going to resolve itself, but the Ace of Wands is the beginning of something. It's excitement. You can now celebrate. So I feel like it is going to resolve itself here with whatever you're waiting on in terms of finances. Maybe you're supposed to get back pay and it hasn't showed up yet. It feels like there is a tug and pull with finances for you. Got the Six of Swords, and we've got now the Star. So there we go. So it feels like the Six of Swords tells me there's movement. So in the month of April is when you're going to get the payout, or maybe you're in some sort of a legal dispute. I feel like it's something, we got Aquarius here, we got Libra here. So maybe you're in some sort of a legal dispute and you're waiting for something to be paid out to you. This is the month where you get movement and action is taken here. But it feels like it's been stuck for a while because these two people are kind of stuck to each other. Look, it could be maybe you're waiting on a divorce settlement. These two people are kind of stuck to each other until this thing resolves itself. I feel like you're like, nah, it's not going to happen. But I feel like you will have some relief in the month of April here. We have the Four of Wands. Yeah, there's celebration. Look, I've got the Chariot. You were stuck for a little bit, but the Ace of Cups is here. When you pop open the clam, you don't expect to see the pearl, right? Or oyster, I should say. I'd say the world is your oyster, but you don't expect that it's showing up here because the Chariot is in the reverse. It feels like everything is stuck. Right? Stuck in a position right now. But the Four of Wands tells me you will be celebrating a new house, celebrating at home, or just celebrating with excitement, maybe with friends. Maybe you'll be having people over to the house, maybe. Feels like that. Let's talk about this love thing here. Tell me about this. There's a message in a bottle, and be patient because I feel like if you're waiting on someone to communicate with you, that somebody here is probably going through an awakening. It feels like this harmony energies, that's the Lovers in this deck, right? So it does feel like there is some sort of an awakening that's going on here. And somebody here is waking up to, you know what? Maybe I should contact them. Maybe I should message them back. Tell me more about this. Tell me about Aries. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Tower. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Three of Wands, and we have the Magician. So look, I feel like we have the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So it does feel like here that there is something that I feel is making you sad. It's weighing on you emotionally. It feels heavy for you emotionally. And I feel like you're waiting on someone to connect with you. It could be a member of the family, somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe there was a rift. But it feels like it could be romantic for some of you as well. So it feels like I'm supposed to tell you to be patient, keep manifesting it. It feels like a message in a bottle is coming, but it feels like in the month of April, like as we get closer to the end of April, it feels like that you are feeling heavily weighed down by sad emotions. And then just as you're ready to quit with the Nine of Wands, the Tower shows up. Just as you're ready to give up on it and say, that's it, I'm done, I'm going to block them and all the dramatic stuff, I feel like the Tower shows up and just and breaks everything up here. Breaks up the monotony. All of a sudden you get an answer. It feels like the Three of Wands is telling me now you can look forward to the future, or you're looking more forward to the future. And it feels like it's because of a manifestation. I feel like even though you've been sort of at this place where you're ready to give up on it, that you've been manifesting, just because you stop the manifestation right there, it doesn't mean that thing still isn't coming at you. Like I've done it before. Like I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be thinking about that person because I don't really want them back in my life. And boom, here they go. I stop thinking about them for a while and they show up anyway because, the manifestation, the momentum is already there. So I want to say, I feel like don't quit manifesting. I feel like just when you're ready to give up, that's when the message comes through, whatever message you're expecting here. And I feel like for some of you, it might be from the Queen of Wands. If it's not from someone who is an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo, it could be from someone that you're really attracted to, who has charismatic energy. We do have the Four of Pentacles. It feels like it's somebody that you have not spoken to in forever. We do have the Emperor. Look, it could be another Emperor. You're the Emperor. It could be another Emperor, feminine or masculine, right? And we do have the Queen of Swords. Again, we got the Queen of Swords. We're starting to repeat cards now. So it looks like there is going to be somebody who's going to stand up, be counted, liberate themselves, and open up their mouths and say something. It could be another Emperor here. And we have somebody who had been holding themselves back, but is now going to pursue or go after their passions. I'm going to leave that right here. I hope that was something that might be helpful for you, Aries. I'm going to go for now. Thanks for coming back and watching. I do appreciate you. I will go, but I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys know it. If you're here, I'm here. Take care. Bye-bye.